So, of course, this is yet another big win for President Trump at the Supreme Court. Here, he's getting the green light to continue what he has said will be the dismantling of the Department of Education. Specifically, they're focused on his efforts to carry out mass firings.
This administration does not care for our nation's children unless they are wealthy and just like them.
I'm mad. I'm really mad.
Don't get your panties in a bunch, though, because I'll tell you right now, as soon as the left takes anyone in the left of center or center right, if it's the Democrats, takes any sort of control of this country, the first thing we need to be doing is ignoring what the Supreme Court tells them to do.
Oh my.
Hello, Patriots, and welcome to Z's Take. I'm Control-Z. This is my brainiac ship, Joe.
What's up, friends?
Let's check out some Trump news. I'm reading that MAGA is pissed. What's going on?
Oh yeah, it's related to that Epstein listing.
Well, let's check it out. It says, MAGA Meg slams Pam on Epstein. A growing chorus of MAGA stars, including firebrand Megyn Kelly, are calling for U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi's head over the Jeffrey Epstein Files controversy, despite President Trump's spirited defense of her. And here we have Kash Bash's Jeffrey conspiracy theories. FBI Director Kash Patel is adamant that the conspiracy theories just aren't true, amid a brewing MAGA firestorm over the notorious sex predator Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, but Trump's got some W's too, especially in the Supreme Court. The liberals are crying.
Let's roll this out.
This is something Donald Trump has talked about. The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now.
It's sitting on my desk right now. It's sitting on my desk right now.
To review, that's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
That you I think you...
You're teasing me, naughty.
So yeah, she told the world she had it on her desk. She even suggested that the files were going to be released in phases. And they gathered influencers to celebrate phase 1.
Today, conservative commentators responded at the White House carrying binders labeled Epstein Files.
A few moments later.
Department memo reveals that the Justice Department has no evidence that convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein blackmailed powerful people.
How?
Or kept a client list, or was murdered in prison.
What?
The memo, first reported by Axios, is a sharp turn from the Trump administration's insistence that there was much more to uncover. Even Attorney General Pam Bondi pushed that theory while in office. Take a look.
It's sitting on my desk right now.
But today, the White House says she didn't really mean to suggest that the list itself was on her desk.
She was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that.
Oh my God! Wow!
Oh, the left is loving it. It's a win-win situation. And of course, it's bigger than what it is because Elon Musk threw that temper tantrum when he didn't get his way.
Yeah.
With all the positive changes Trump is doing, this is what they're talking about.
Yeah, but there are some people pushing back. They're cutting through all the fake outrage. Even Trump is not taking it serious.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
I'm addicted!
This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
With the 2017 tax cuts reserved, with so much stuff that's going on that the left didn't want to happen, that you on the right said you wanted to happen, with the borders being closed, supposedly that being handled, with migrants being escorted out of this country in droves, according to you, and what you wanted, you're in an uproar off the Epstein list?
Yeah, and here we have Bill O'Reilly. He's claiming that he spoke to Trump about why he hasn't released the files.
I talked to President Trump man to man, eye to eye, on St. Patrick's Day about this and the Kennedy files and the King files. It was all one conversation. And he said, and I agree, there are a lot of names associated with Epstein that had nothing to do with Epstein's conduct. They maybe had lunch with him or maybe had some correspondence for one thing or another. If that name gets out, those people are destroyed. Because there's not going to be any context. Media doesn't care about context. So you can't do that. You can't destroy human beings by putting out the files, whatever they may be.
Well, as of today, Trump just posted the truth about this. Basically just calling everything a hoax and fake news. I remember when fake news used to be a joke, but not now. It's like common knowledge. Everybody knows the news is fake. But anyway, this is the important part. It continues. Their new scam is what we forever call the Jeffrey Epstein hoax. And my past supporters have bought into this bullshit hook, line, and sinker. They haven't learned their lesson and probably never will. Even after being conned by the lunatic left for 8 long years.
Oh, man.
Now, this is the juicy part. Right at the end, he puts, let these weaklings continue forward and do the Democrats' work. Don't even think about talking of our incredible and unprecedented success because I don't want their support anymore. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Make America great again. He has denounced a part of MAGA which is falling for, quote, the bullshit.
Yeah, it looks like Trump is done with the nonsense. But he did get some W's this week. He got a major victory at the Supreme Court. We should check it out.
Do want to take you out to this live look over the White House here as we get to some breaking news. The U.S. Supreme Court clearing the way for President Trump's administration to resume dismantling the Department of Education, part of his bid to shrink the federal government's role in education in favor of more control by the states.
But wait a minute, don't we need the Department of Education?
It kind of feels like we do. But to be honest, if you're middle-aged or above 35 or 40, most likely there wasn't a Department of Education when your parents were growing up. And if you look at the stats, the Department of Education has done more harm than good. The current Secretary of Education, Linda McMahon, mentions this as she speaks to Fox about the current court decision.
So the Department of Education, just to remind people, was founded in 1979 under Jimmy Carter. This is a relatively new agency in Washington. And, there's just always been a lot of question about how effective it has been in terms of educating our students, because during that period, since 1979, 1980, we have not seen an acceleration of increasingly strong performance of American students, correct?
Well, that's correct. I mean, actually, right after, just as I was coming in and being confirmed, the NAEP scores, which is the Nation's Report Card, had come out. And it was just, they were abominable, if you will. I mean, when you think about the fact that 70% of 8th graders cannot read proficiently and 72% of them can't do math proficiently, that's just horrific.
Because listen, Republicans have been going after the Department of Education since 1954 with the Brown versus Board of Education, the desegregation ruling. They've never wanted their kids to go to school with black kids.
This issue specifically dealt with whether or not the Trump administration can move forward with firing the 1,400 or so employees. Previously, there was an injunction in place blocking the administration from doing so. Today, Justice Roberts, along with the 5 conservative justices, lift that injunction.
Brother, this guy stinks!
On one hand, 1,400 people. On the other, the future of our country. What do you think, Joe?
I think it's good. Give it back to the states. Let the states compete. I would love to see a state with the highest level of education in the whole country and see the rest of the country competing to beat them. That's what our tax dollars are for.
Great, but now answer this. Is it racist?
No, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what that dude was talking about.
I hope you enjoyed our segment, Trump News. Join me next time, CTRL-Z, as we tackle to expose the left and the rat of the country. If you're new here, like, comment, and subscribe to Z's Take. See you next time.